This is a night goblin that I purchased for 10 cents.
And this is Henry Cavill's dream army.
So, how did I trade this for this? Now, listen. Over the past 6 months, I've been on a massive journey to turn this tiny goblin into the tallest Warhammer miniature available for purchase. The $2,000 Warlord Titan. The plan had been to trade my way up from this tiny miniature step by step until we reached the glorious miniature. And then spend ages to make a video series to paint it up in an amazing paint scheme. But all of this is not for ourselves. Because honestly, since I started this channel, I've been so blessed to be able to make a living together with my friends, making videos for this YouTube channel every week. So once we finally have this huge miniature, we've painted it up, we want to auction it away and give all of the proceeds to charity. We're already in talks with Nova Open Charity Foundation to make a raffle, and all of the proceeds are going to go to those people who need it the most. And so, 6 months ago, I traded the tiny goblin for a Skitarii Ranger. And just like that, the trading wheel was in motion. Just like a rolling snowball, the trades just got bigger and bigger the further we got. We moved on to an Elder Farseer, to a 2nd edition Tyrannid Warrior, which in its turn turned into a Demon Prince, who in its turn magically got traded for a Screamer Killer in metal. Already at the first video, bringing our total value up to about $80. So came our second video, and we got offered something pretty awesome, a Great Unclean one, that I traded for a Tau army, that then magically became Archeon, Nagash, and a Mega Gargant. And this is truly where things went nuts. The Mega Gargant was traded for a Death Guard army. Archeon turned into 3 freaking knights, who in their turn turned into a Warhound Titan, the smallest one of all of the epic Titans. And Nagash turned into Teclis and Light of Eltarion, who quickly turned into an Idneth Deepkin army, who even quicker than turned into probably the prettiest looking knights I've ever seen. An entire army of them. But this is where troubles began, because reaching our 3rd video, trades started dropping in at a high speed, and a lot of them were really good. The problem was that at least 5-6 of them just fell through. We had the trades lined up and dates for shipping stuff over, and all of a sudden we couldn't do the trades anymore. So honestly, a lot of times I almost felt like giving up. But finally, after about 2.5 months wait, the Death Guard got traded for a Nighthaunt army. And then just a few days later, a second trade showed up. A huge lot of Drukhari was offered for our Warhound Titan. And that brings us to today. So we still have 6 knights, but every trade offer that we've had and set up have fallen through, so we still gotta find something cool for these. We got the big freaking lot of Drukhari, which I gotta say the interest have been quite low, but I do have high hopes that we can find something pretty sweet for it for this video. And then we have the Nighthaunt army. So I've put up ads for all of these on our Facebook group. If you wanna check it out, you got the link down below. Now we just gotta wait for a nice trade offer. So my dudes, since the last video was published, I was actually offered something pretty cool. It's actually a Necron army in exchange for the Drukhari army. The Eldar army was worth something around $1,300, so it's quite an expensive army. And these Necrons are valued around $800 retail value. So Emil, are you really telling me that you're trading this $1,300 army for an $800 Necron army? You're damn right I am. I just gotta pack these up and ship them away.
2 very boring minutes later.
Hey, we got a package! It's a big one. So now that you've asked yourself, why did I trade this army for the Drukhari army, which was actually quite a lot bigger? Well, here's the thing. We were offered a Warbringer Titan, but the dude who had the Warbringer Titan wanted a painted army for his son, and his son's dream army was Necrons. So we double-checked with the Warbringer Titan owner. This army of Necrons were definitely well painted enough, bar one thing. He wanted me to paint 1 figure. So I'm gonna paint a Catan Shard of the Void. Let's do it. So my dudes, the Catan is done, and I'm actually really happy considering it was a relatively quick paint job. That's nice. Hopefully it's gonna be enough for the Warbringing Titan guy. His son has got to like it, I guess. So I'm gonna scoot some photos over to him and keeping the fingers crossed. Speaking of sending out important stuff, did you know that when you're using your computer on a regular internet, your computer is sending out all kinds of important information about yourself for anyone to grab? What? And that is just like this Catan Shard of the Void. We're using NordVPN when we surf online.
And with NordVPN, you can just enter the internet from one of their trillion, bazillion,
Gabadillion
servers, and then keeping your whereabouts and your data all to yourself.
And now that you've followed his advice, you can also start using some of their other services. Like if you want to use a streaming service, but it's more expensive in your country than maybe in Norway. With one simple click of a button, change your location from where you're at to Norway, and boom! It's probably gonna be more expensive, but you know what we mean. So go to nordvpn.com/Squidmar
for an exclusive deal of 4 months free.
And the best thing is, if you're afraid of making really poor life decisions,
you have a 30 days money back guarantee.
Yes. Turns out he's super happy with it, so he apparently already sent out the Warbringer Titan, which means that we don't even have a Necron army anymore. And on top of that, I kind of had this idea. I've kind of been wanting a Nighthound army for myself. Lucas, would it be cheating if I traded the Nighthound army with myself? So, something might have happened with the Nighthaunt. I might have traded them with myself for a big lot of Chaos Space Marines and the freaking Chaos Knight, as well as a codex for both the Knights and Space Marines. We went from about $400 worth of Nighthaunt to about $500 worth of Chaos Marines. We've had these knights for almost 4 months now, and I don't know how we've been able to sit on them for so long because these are so freaking pretty, but we finally have the most awesome of awesomest trade offers for these. It is a freaking Custodes army, and it's not a small one. It's a freaking $1,800 Custodes army. Because one of the trades that fell through with the guy that had the Custodes army like 2 videos ago, that guy just got back to us. He said he's now able to make the trade. So he's gonna put that on the box today, but I'm not gonna count the money until I have them in the bag. So fingers crossed there's no further delays, no problems, no custom issues. Yeah, we have that to look forward to. Okay, my dudes, we have had a few more days since the last update, and this time it's the Chaos stuff. We got a really nice offer from a fellow Swede, and it's not just any trade offer, it's a huge freaking Forgeworld model. Can you guys guess which one? You're goddamn right, we finally managed to get the $517 Orion Custodes Assault Dropship. I guess it's a trade down in terms of retail value, with the Chaos stuff being worth a few $100 more, but I think this fits our end goal better. Because as you know, right now we have a freaking Custodes army on the way from America. We also have a Warbringer Titan on the way from America, as well now a Custodes dropship. Meaning that we'll not only have just a Custodes army, but one with a Warbringer Titan that we can paint up and a Orion dropship that we can repaint to fit that scheme. And that would be a pretty sweet freaking Custodes army. So, it's time for another update, and I have some pretty good news and some pretty terrible news. The good news, and the thing that I'm really excited about, is that the Custodes have reached Sweden. I got an update from the postal office that they've reached the customs, but that brings us to the bad news. They want $500 to import it. Meaning that I pretty much have 2 options. Either to ship it back to the US and not pay the $450, but that would lose us the pretty awesome knights, and we would also lose the Custodes army. The other option is simply paying, which, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because I feel like the end goal is so freaking near, and I feel like there's so much cool things that we could do with this Custodes army. And the end goal is the charity. We're going to do something awesome for other people, but the video is costing me so much money to make, so please, for the love of God, smash likes, because this video seriously needs it, so we can make some of that money back at least. I also have some second bad news. The Warbringer Titan have yet to arrive to Sweden. We have not seen an update from the USPS site in like 2 weeks, so I have no idea if that one's coming or if it's gone to the postal gods. So it's a mix of good and bad news right now. We have a package arriving. Oh, freaking hell. Yeah! Oh my god, oh my god. It's huge! And it's pre-built, which means that we don't have to do the manta process all over. This is probably the best cast Forgeworld model I've seen. Also, while we're waiting for the Warbringer Titan and the Custodes army to arrive, I have something I want to show you guys. Because over the past 18 months, me and the other guys at the office have been hard at work making our own freaking fantasy world. A universe with high-tech elves, mysterious orcs, and a necromantic human race. And this is Prince Tarkus. One out of a total of 10 75mm figures that we'll be releasing really soon. The miniature is sculpted by one of my favorite sculptors, Victor Aguilar, and the miniature itself is painted by this guy, Lucas. Hello. I am ridiculously hyped about this project. Last week we showed you guys Gwaunar from this campaign, and there's 8 more we're gonna show until the campaign goes live. Just check out the link down in the video description. I'm gonna add it down with the sponsor stuff so you can be notified on the Kickstarter page whenever the campaign launches. But now I'm gonna push it forward to the future, to when we hopefully get Custodes stuff. So my guys, it's finally here, the Custodes army. I can't wait to open it up. Uh-oh. Big problem. I hope everything is in there. There's nothing in here. I'm just kidding. So my dudes, it's all here. Well, bar the Warbringer Titan. We still don't have an update on that, but I am super happy with what we got so far. And you might ask yourself, well Emil, what's the plan and what does Henry Cavill have to do with this? Well, I'm a big dreamer and we've all seen Henry Cavill's Instagram post about the Adeptus Custodes army that he's painting up himself. And this entire lot, once we get the Warbringer Titan, is going to be about $4,000 worth of Adeptus Custodes. So the plan is pretty much Lucas and I, we are going to go on a mission. We're gonna paint it all up, the $700 drop ship, the $1,800 Custodes, and the freaking huge Warbringer Titan, so that you can play with all of the stuff as the same army. It's going to take us a lot of time, but we are all here for it. Some would probably say that once it's painted, it's probably the most valuable Adeptus Custodes army in the world. But we are going to need your help, and in a big way. Because the Custodes army is not the end goal. The end goal is to give as much as possible to a charity. And to do that by auctioning off a Warlord Titan. So our dream is obvious. We want to trade this army with Henry Cavill. We want him to trade us a Warlord Titan, or maybe 2, which would probably be a fair trade when it's painted. And we're gonna need your help to reach him. So if he follows you on Instagram, to plays Warhammer with him, let him know that we're gonna have his dream army and painted to a freaking amazing level and ready to trade it for a Warlord Titan. So we're gonna need all of the Squid Squad to send him DMs, leave comments on his Instagram post, Twitter, whatever social medias he have. Or if you're another person, maybe your name is not Henry Cavill, but you want the most awesome Custodes army, retail value about $4,000, and with our paint job, who knows, maybe even $4,001. Reach out to us in an email on my website. And now I just want to thank all of the patrons who support this channel every month, and remember nordvpn.com/Squidmar and the pretty awesome Kickstarter that we got planned. So much fun to come up and painting all of these, of course. See you next week. Bye bye.